Do you want to win any of these items on your screen? If so, be sure to watch the whole video, leave a like, and comment the hidden message. And with that being said, let's get right into the video.
Stars who were fired by Disney. Disney is one of the biggest entertainment corporations in the world today. Whether it is the widely successful Marvel movies and Star Wars franchise to the Disney Channel for kids and teens, Disney's entertainment branch is still a behemoth today, with many different shows and movies still in production, making it possibly the largest. The Disney company itself employs thousands of people, including their large stock of actors, both unknown child actors to big-name celebrities. Throughout its long stint as one of the most popular children's channels ever, the Disney Channel has gone through a lot of actors. However, not all of these contracts have gone smoothly. Throughout the years, there's been many missteps and public embarrassments due to the lives of the actors Disney employed. Get ready, because today we're going over stars who were fired by Disney. Jessica Biel. Jessica Biel has had a very illustrious career as an actress, and it started off with her child acting career in the late 90s. Jessica Biel's first job as a Disney actor was in a family drama on the CW called Seventh Heaven, in which she played Mary Camden, the eldest daughter of the show's main parents. Mary Camden is a character who is extremely kind and athletic, albeit misguided. Mary Camden squanders her scholarship and basketball scholarship after letting her grades slip in high school due to her interest in basketball and her desire to be in the WNBA. Jessica Biel began playing the role of Mary Camden when she was 16, and it was her first major role on television. However, just like the character she played on Seventh Heaven, Jessica Biel made a crucial mistake in her career that led to her termination by Disney. In 2000, Jessica Biel was featured in the March issue of a magazine called Gear, which is a men's magazine. That would not normally be a problem, but the photos chosen by the magazine that Biel let them shoot were extremely promiscuous, with the then 17-year-old appearing topless in the magazine. This was not a good look for Jessica Biel, as her character was a squeaky clean girl in the show. According to Biel, she was not shown that those pictures would be used for the cover of Gear. Nevertheless, Biel was fired from the show, but later went on to have a very successful career nonetheless. Terrence Howard. Ever wonder why in Iron Man 2, War Machine looks completely different than he does in the first movie? Well, there's an answer for that, and the reason is Terrence Howard. The star left the movie series after the very first movie in the franchise, and at first it was unclear of the reason why he left, but it eventually came out. At the very start of the Iron Man franchise, Robert Downey Jr. was paid far less because he was a liability and was seen as uninsurable by the movie industry. Terrence Howard was fresh off an Oscar nomination and was hot in the movie industry and thus was more desirable. Terrence Howard wound up being the most paid actor on the Iron Man set. After the movie gained immense popularity and the Iron Man franchise took off with Downey's career, Terrence Howard was not offered the same contract as he was for the first Iron Man movie because he was not as valuable as he had been 3 years prior. He was not willing to take a pay cut and was let go by Disney.
Before we did the first one, everything was already set out what was going to take place with that. They chose not to honor that deal because they wanted to go in the direction of having Robert remain as the lead because War Machine was supposed to take over the second one. And so they gave me an offer I couldn't refuse. Right. Yeah, they just made it impossible. When they tell you they're going to pay you $180 with a Burrito in the contract, and tell you to play sidekick, nobody's side.
Jamie Lynn Spears. Jamie Lynn Spears was one of the biggest stars on the Disney Channel in the mid-2000s and was living the life of a perfect teen Disney star. She was the titular star on one of the most popular shows on the Disney Channel, Zoe 101. She was a very innocent girl on the show and seemed to be a perfect child star when she was young. She did have a boyfriend at the time, but that was the norm for a 16-year-old child star. However, her world crashed down in 2008 when she took a pregnancy test in a BP gas station. Her friends had asked her to take it just to be sure, but she didn't think that she was pregnant. To her surprise, it came back positive. Being only 16 years old, she knew she was way too young to handle a pregnancy at this time. She drove home in tears and told her parents that night, who were justifiably shocked at the situation. She hid out at her house for 3 weeks before the news broke. When the news broke, Disney let go of its ties with Spears, as it was seen as a problem to have a 16-year-old role model for other teen girls to be pregnant. That was not the end of Jamie Lynn Spears, as she was able to get her career back in her later years.
Whenever I told them I was pregnant, I think the best thing that they did was they supported me. Of course, they didn't just let me, they didn't just let me go do whatever I wanted, but at the same time, they did give me the freedom, whether they were 100% behind it or not, to make my choices and kind of really grow up, and that was important because I can't have a child and still have my mom and dad making decisions for me. So I think it was, you know, it was like a good tough love, which I needed. They made me be responsible, and I think that was, they said, if you're gonna do this, you're gonna do it the right way. I wasn't gonna use my age as an excuse. To be a mother is to be a mother. It doesn't matter what age you are.
PewDiePie. PewDiePie is the most famous YouTuber in the history of YouTube. Most people online have heard of his name, and most children and teens frequently watch his content, as he has amassed over 100 million subscribers on the video sharing platform. At the height of his popularity, which as a still relevant star he has not reached yet, PewDiePie had it all: YouTube Red shows, action figures, advertisement deals, and most importantly, a Disney sponsorship. He made over $14 million in 2017 from advertisements alone, not including the insane amount of revenue he made on his YouTube channel. PewDiePie's YouTube Red show was extremely popular, and he produced content for a Disney-owned app called Revel Mode. PewDiePie had had very few public scandals before and was eager to keep his clean and kid-friendly content out of the way of drama. That changed in 2017 when PewDiePie made a video in which he paid Indian children to hold up signs that said, "Death to Jews." After the video blew up in popularity due to the content of the video and his large sub count, the controversy began, with multiple news outlets and Twitter users calling PewDiePie's video anti-Semitic and hateful. As a result, PewDiePie lost almost all of his endorsements and brand deals. This included his YouTube Red show and his Disney deal, making him one of the many to be cut by Disney due to personal controversy. Bella Thorne. While Bella Thorne may have a far different reputation now than she did when she was a Disney star, she did at one point have a very impressive stint on the Disney Channel. Bella Thorne's departure from Disney was of her own accord, but her hand was almost forced by Disney, so she was essentially let go. When she was a teen, Bella Thorne and her co-star Zendaya were the duo starring in the Disney Channel show Shake It Up. The show followed the lives of two background dancers and their misadventures in a Chicago music scene. The show was very popular but ended after only 3 seasons. What was the reason for Bella Thorne's departure from Disney? It turns out that it had more to do with Thorne's provocative outfits than anything else. It started at the age of 14 when Bella Thorne posted a photo of herself in a bikini online. The company did not like the photo of the teen in a small bikini and almost fired her for that alone. As Bella Thorne's sense of style and fashion evolved, it proved to be something that the Disney Channel would not approve of. Bella Thorne's Instagram became the hub of all of her outfits, which were admittedly skimpy and provocative. After the final season of Shake It Up aired, it was time for Thorne and Disney to part ways. Bella Thorne cited the reason for her departure was the control Disney wished to have over her and wanted to be able to wear what she wanted to. She said in an interview, "My fans are going to love me and stick with me whether I'm wearing a crop top, a short skirt, or not." While this was a small reason to fire an actor, she went against Disney's image of innocent and perfect actresses.
When I first walked into that room, I was like, from a little girl, I was just out there, you know. They always knew that I was going to be like, I was always a rebel. I was always like, just like, what up, I'm here, guys. Like, you know, I was never the
princess.
Yeah, like that was quite obvious. Like
Phil Lord and Chris Miller. Star Wars is debatably Disney's biggest franchise, and after it was acquired by the media giant in the 2000s, it has only increased in popularity, ushering in a new trilogy of movies and several spin-off films. Phil Lord and Chris Miller were originally hired to be the directors for the Han Solo spin-off movie Solo. The movie focused on a young Han Solo as he becomes the person Luke meets in A New Hope. Phil Lord and Chris Miller were the duo behind the critically acclaimed and widely successful Lego Movie and 21 Jump Street. However, the duo drew the ire of Star Wars frontrunner Kathleen Kennedy when they ran into a variety of differences when shooting the Solo movie. It began with the way the duo wished to shoot the movie, using only 2 to 3 camera setups instead of the 15 or 16 that Kathleen Kennedy desired to have more B-roll for the editing process. Then the two were chastised for their desire to make a more creative movie, utilizing slow scenes and transitions. While Kathleen Kennedy originally tried talking to the duo into making a film that looked like the others in the recent trilogy, and then adding other helpers to make the process easier, it was not enough. The duo were later fired in the first year of shooting for the Solo movie, with Disney citing creative differences. Jake Paul. Jake Paul is one of the most famous children's entertainers on YouTube, and as a result, is one of the most well-known name and face by kids across America and the world. Along with his friends and partners called Team 10, Jake Paul makes content geared toward a young fan base that centers around vlogs, pranks, and his adventures in his life in LA. However, Paul wasn't always just a YouTuber. He was part of the Disney show Biz Aardvark, where he played a video creator on the show's fake platform that was eerily similar to YouTube. His His career in Disney coincided with his meteoric rise to popularity on YouTube, but as he gained millions of subscribers, he took more and more risks and often exposed his young audience to his lavish and often reckless lifestyle. After a series of controversies across multiple videos and public outrage, the PR risk became too much for the Disney Channel. They decided to cut ties with Jake Paul after deeming his image to be too much of a risk, and as a result, he did not appear in the third season of Biz Aardvark. Well, that concludes our video on stars who were fired by Disney. Let us know which one of these you found the most interesting. And if you liked the video, then click the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you'll be the first to know when we release a new video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you right here next time.
A simple reminder on how to enter our brand new giveaway. We will be giving away either an iPhone X Max, the new iPad mini, or a MacBook Pro. It's really your choice. So be sure to leave a like, comment the keyword, subscribe, and turn on notifications to enter the giveaway. It's really that simple. Go for it.